We are here for back nine coverage of the 2020 Queen City Showdown. Sand is running out of the hourglass for the finals. We got 9 holes to play. I'm Mike Taylor.
I'm Sean Tieman.
Our competitors are Nick Long at 4 down, Bartosz Kowalewski 1 down, Sean Lucas 1 down, Stephen Harris at +3.
Yeah, the back nine is my favorite part of Amberley. I mean, right off the rip, hole 10 that's about to start. This is probably one of the holes that you really want to get. We did move this a little bit. You're going to see where this basket is here, but we kind of put it more on this opening to the right, up here to the right where there's a drop off. So these guys are throwing, if they just go a little bit past it, they're 50 past the basket.
Yeah, this might be a permanent change to the hole. It's been cleaned out, lots of honeysuckle, and it's never been played. Inaugural toss looks like pretty much a standard shot that we would think would be laid up so it doesn't go over. Give yourself a 15-20 foot putt.
And you only got 200 feet uphill. You're going to see a lot of rocks and putters at this. That looks like more of the common play that you're going to see shots coming in, a little early left, soft, so they do not roll down that hill.
Yeah, if you get timid on this hole, that's what happens.
He's got a mid-range in his hand. I don't know what that is. Flies real straight, kind of flippy. Could be a buzz.
And that is one of the dangers of going a little bit long on this. He'll have a uphill, probably 30-35 feet comebacker.
This is another putter shot. Bart's a really good throw with this putter. I expect him to park this.
Is he throwing P2s or what was he throwing?
I believe that's a P2. But he's going to instantly correct me when I'm wrong, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is the danger here, and this is why I like this design. If you get timid, leave yourself this putt, things can get out of control really quickly, but I think that probably sat.
So here's Sean. You saw he finished only about 20 feet right of the basket, and now he's got 35 feet up the hill with this branch is right in front of his lot for the basket.
Wow.
That was
he
amazing.
limboed right under it into the basket.
Yeah, I for sure would have probably tried to go over that limb. That was a great putt.
Yeah, whoa, that's unfortunate. Nick wants that one back. And there's a chance now. Okay, this is interesting. So what should have been a birdie for Nick is now a stroke back to Bartosz. 2 strokes, 8 holes. Okay, that's got a nice little cleanup for your par. So right now Sean's pacing with Bartosz, and this is what I really like about having the AM group with the pro group is that you can see how they stack up with the pros.
This is hole 11, it's par 4. Well, actually, they're playing everything as a par 3 today, but it's 346 feet uphill. And the previous time, there was like a tree and brush that you had to go an ante to get straight forward up in a hyzer. Now these guys are probably all going to be throwing power hyzers up towards it.
It was very clean, wasn't it, Sean?
Oh, my goodness. This hole was playing with the road OB right here, too. So when you had to hit that little tight gap with an ante, if you whap that tree, you're OB instantly and re-team. Oh, that is not good.
He got so fortunate on that shot not to go OB. Nick may be trying to capitalize on that misfire to get that stroke back. And it's going to leave him about 40 feet, I think.
Steven here too. He's going to try to throw just pretty much a power hyzer, and he's early. Hopefully that gets down. Yeah, he's safe too. I guess that path really wraps around to where if you get around the corner, you're probably going to end up being safe.
Yeah, he was probably about 2 feet from going out. It was about 90 feet, giving it a full send. You got to get these strokes now. Time to run. And Steve's thinking the same thing. It's not over yet. 5 strokes can be erased and a couple holes out here with some OB. Just a little low.
I got Nick here. It's uphill about 40, 45 feet, you think?
Yeah, I think that's about right. I maybe should have said 45, so this is not a gimme putt for him, but in his range.
Oh, gave it just a little soft spinner. I'm kind of shocked he didn't go with the jumper. He's already made 2, but that's no harm done there. And Sean was a little off right. Well, these should be 4 pretty easy cleanups for 3.
Yeah, I think the Amberley residents probably had a lot of time on their hands during the quarantine shutdown. Spent a lot of time out at the park, cleaned it up. I've never seen it looking this nice.
Yeah, it was definitely a privilege for us to be out here on this course and get to watch disc golf again.
Absolutely. They're getting annoyed with me asking about coming out and doing a tournament this year. I've asked many times and look forward to coming out 2021 super strong, having another big event. Can't wait for it. We got hole 12 here. I'm not sure how long this hole is going to be in. There's trees behind the basket is gone now. And actually I think that tree in front of the basket's gone now too. So this hole, yeah, you can see it now. It's just a little too open. Might have to move some things around, but most players are probably going to take hyzer now with those trees being out of the way.
Yeah, back in the past it was a Annie shot or a forehand for the righty. Now you see this, the way that this is set up, everybody's going with this little low ceiling hyzer.
Yeah, I still prefer the forehand shot personally.
I do too.
We thought that had a chance to go in.
Yes, I guess it was just a little bit short.
And Nick's thinking what we're thinking, that forehand line, you just got to beat that first tree, not straighten it out, keep it on hyzer, and let it work back. See how this works out for him.
Ooh.
Wow. That was close to back-to-back aces.
Yep.
And Steve's thinking, let me give this a run now.
It's a good looking shot.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Okay, we got Sean here. He's got a comfortable lead, but you and I had a long talk about, you know, he does have a comfortable lead, but Sean, maybe a development in the future is when you're down the stretch on a back nine, if it's close, you know, maybe taking 5-10 more seconds to really focus, right? I mean, would you say in your experience that becomes clutch if you're in a tight match down the stretch?
100%. You know, it's wonderful to get an early lead, but trying to maintain it's one of the hardest parts in disc golf. And in order to maintain it, sometimes take an extra moment or focus and really just, you know, pour it on the other player to where they basically want to give up. And he, you know, he kept going quick. You know, he was making some putts, but yeah, take a little bit more time sometimes. Hole 13, this is 405 feet. The standard play is you're going to see some people throw straight that flip to the right or just a little soft turning Anheuser. This is a great hole.
And not to belabor the point, but somebody like Sean, I could see moving up the pro next year, in the next couple years. And the difference is, if he's playing pro right now, he's 3 strokes off the lead, 1 stroke off second. So that mindset of shifting from, okay, I have a 4-stroke lead to I'm actually down 3 strokes, I have to keep going, is a jump that AMs have to make to that pro level.
For sure. I think keeping the pedal on the metal is key. A lot of these guys who are watching these very, very top touring great players like Paul McBeth, you never see them let up. You know, the only time they let up, they got 4-stroke lead on the last hole, and it's like, just get my par and move on. But we're only saying this because Sean's a really good putter already, and just saying, you know, we're not talking take 20 more seconds, we're talking just like 5 more seconds.
Right.
Because your putting looks so that great, we think you could make all these putts.
Yeah, like we definitely highlighted at the beginning, it can help with the nerves, and that's a good shot there. It really helps with the nerves. Sometimes you can think too much and focus too much and really psych yourself out of a early on putt, whereas, you know, later in the game when you're settled in, like really zeroing in there. And Nick has got a really tough upshot here. Down 2 strokes or up 2 strokes, he needs this.
Yeah, I actually said something to Michael, and he hit early, and I was like, I would bet basically 10-1 odds that he parks this upshot. It's just part of Nick's game. It's just things that he takes extra time on. He doesn't take it for granted. He knows that he has to put that under the basket.
This is kind of do or die time for Steve. If he wants to stay in this match, he needs to have this. And
oh man,
looked good out of his hands. And here's Sean making good for 2 and just a little high.
All right, Bartosz has a chance to pick up 1. He probably has about 27.
Cash, money.
Nailed it. Yeah, like I said, this is It may seem similar, but he is pushing this more than he used to spin. That's why it's kind of has a little bit soft wobble. So this is a new putt. This is like a week and a half old, 2 weeks old that he's trying to dial in.
Yeah, it can be a little dangerous messing with the mechanics of your putt, especially when the season's not over. I tend to make those adjustments at the end of the season and give my body mechanics a good 4 or 5 months to get used to something. But
I, on the other hand, have been notorious for switching
Yes, you
putting
have.
styles and disc.
I've seen you do it mid-tournament.
Yeah.
One hole to the next.
Yeah, I don't play with it. Hole 14, it's par 3. This to me is the signature hole. Both paths play as OB on to the left or on to the right. Obviously, the water would be OB also. You're trying to land it in this little island, and you're gonna really push at these 2 pine trees on the right for your hyzer to come in.
I think they have a little bit of a headwind or maybe a little bit of a left to right head crosswind.
Oh yeah, that was a perfect shot. That's the shot flight I'm trying to throw. I'm trying to split those 2 trees.
He just barely missed those trees. Sometimes you want it a little bit higher, like Nick's going right here, but sometimes higher means wider, flirting with OB maybe, and wow, that is so close to being OB.
All right, we got Sean up here. Like I said, he's up 5 strokes. Sometimes it's hard to keep your momentum going when you get a big lead, but he seems like he's a total gamer.
Yeah, he's almost in cruise control at this point. You know, time's running out, 5 strokes. He'd really have to take some big mistakes to get to give up this lead.
Yeah, he basically has to give up a stroke every hole.
Yeah.
And he's been playing way too solid for that. I think that's happened. So let's see what Steven can do here. That's a beautiful line.
Yep, he had the height to miss those trees and not in any danger of OB. That's actually going to be like 15 feet, so great drive there.
Ooh, that was a good bid.
Laser Sean just barely missed it.
This is a huge putt for Nick here.
Yep.
Oh,
and that's in.
Yeah, that was every bit of, they actually walked it off. That was just inside the circle, so he knew Bart was within 20. That was a very important putt. And good putt by Bart.
You know, the interesting thing about both these players is I think that they could play this course 10 times, and I think that at the end of the 10 rounds, they would probably be within a couple strokes of each other. That's how good they are.
Oh, for sure. I think Bartosz is 10 rated. Nick has been like 990 to 1,000 rated, what feels like 15 years now.
Yeah, he's been over 1,000 recently as well, and some of that too is Bart goes on tour, and you know there's that discussion about the ratings curve playing on tour, but I think he's every bit of 10-10. His putting's solid. He can throw it a mile.
Okay, well, so this hole right here, hole 15, par 3, 189. Dude, that thing is like 270.
It does play. You got to commit to this shot every bit.
I actually told Bart when he played this, I'm like, throw it harder than you think.
Yep.
It is hard to get it all the way up on that flat spot. He threw a good shot, but he's got probably like a 25-footer again.
Well, this thing is definitely fraught with disaster on the left and the right. If you go too high on that forehand, you're going to be in prison by means of the woods. If you go too far left, it's probably rolling down OB.
Exactly. So you'll see a lot of people finish like 35 feet short and have a really awkward putt. And this is one you want to get, but it gets missed a lot.
And there's that dead tree that fell over. That definitely obstructs the fairway a little bit, makes it another obstacle to get by. And this looks good. He's got the height.
Yep. That's like 20 feet maybe.
That was at full commitment.
Yep.
Steve is in jail.
Yeah.
And that's a good shot.
Yeah, that was super impressive.
I was trying to help him find his disc. I almost got lost in there.
So this is a huge putt here. It's hole 15 right now, and he's down 1. He's probably got about 25 feet uphill.
And Nick's pretty much parked.
Oh, he's parked. Yeah, he's parked. Oh, that was beautiful.
Was that more of a straddle putt right there?
You know, I actually talked to him about this afterwards, and he just keeps his feet very close, and when he's further out, the left one extends back. So
it's good follow-through extension on that putt. If anyone's watching, trying to learn how to putt, really getting that hand up, following through all the way is really key to putting.
Yeah. Shake hands with the basket. You know, I think about two things when I putt, and I pretty much stole it from Dave Cox. It's reach and pop. And I know if I do at least one of them, my disc is all over the basket. And if I do both, it should be dead center in the chains.
Okay, so hole 16 here. There is a Mando in that corner tree. This whole play is sort of like a horseshoe. You want to put a big hyzer around as far as you can. And then most players are going forehand down into the bowl. Some might throw a turnover putter, just depending on what's more comfortable. Can't hear what they're joking about, but maybe it's just a short tee or something. I don't know.
So if I'm throwing this, I'm trying to hug this tree as much as possible and hyzer around to get down as far as I can, just to make that next shot easier, because it is a tough shot into the green. But anything around the corner gives you a chance to get a birdie.
All right, let's see what Popeye's got here.
Is that a T-bird?
Yeah, he's looking to throw something that just glides around the corner. He's playing position right here, and that's one of Nick's strengths right now, is just knowing where he wants to be, put himself into a position to score. Sean
looks like a destroyer.
Going for a crush.
Yeah, it's really hard to get much further or better than that. You just really have to hug it and high, but
yeah, you can see the danger. If you get too far, then you have that pine tree contesting, and then you really have to commit to throwing something around it versus straight down. And oh, he clips it.
So he actually hit the Mando tree and rolled back to here. Now he's got to pitch out around it. You know, that's super unfortunate. You know, that's the problem with being kind of aggressive, like we were talking about. Just playing that safe wide shot out, sometimes just the best play, so you can give yourself a chance to get up and down for your birdie.
Trying to go back door here, probably with the putter, and almost, I don't think we were in danger of getting hit. We didn't think it was going to hit us, but yeah, Steven's such a classy player, such a huge part of our local disc golf scene. He understands that. He's kind of got 2-3 holes left, and you know, he's just giving it his best out there. And this is sawed off. This might be trouble for him. See how much it rolls. Okay, well.
Yeah, this is, you can kind of see the water in the back. I mean, the disc funnel towards that water, so you kind of want to have a forehand to throw this shot.
He's got to hold the line. Oh, okay. That's going to be, okay, I don't think you had any chance of going in the water, but that's going to be about 45.
I asked Nick about that shot after the match, and I was like, why didn't you go forehand there? And he was pretty direct with his answer. He trusts his forehand from 300 feet and out, but anything inside it, he doesn't have any control of it.
Yeah.
And he's a very good turnover player too, a straight thrower, so I expected him to put that by the basket no matter what.
Those were those ferocious dogs walking by, yapping up a storm. That's a good upshot. Okay, this is going to be an interesting couple putts. We got one stroke, only 2 holes to go after this. Both these players have to have these putts.
Sean giving it a bid again.
And this is a situation, Sean, do you want to go first or second? I kind of always want to go first in these situations to apply the pressure, right?
For sure. You want to go first. Neither one of them are going to take worse than a 4 from here, so you just want to go first and set the pressure. Set the tone, as they say.
Yeah, Nick, this is that focus. You want to take your time, really focus in. Oh, just a bit high.
All right, so now if Bart misses it, he doesn't lose a stroke. If he makes it, they're all tied up. There's not a lot of pressure right here for him.
Yeah, he's been hammering in some putts on the back nine too. He closed the gap as a chance to tie. Deep breath in.
Oh,
smash.
That's a great putt. Oh, you see the confidence. He whipped that disc up, man.
Yeah, he knows it. He knows it. Brings it even. Going into the last 2 holes. Hole 17, the gobbler.
Oh, the gobbler.
Notorious for just chopping up discs and spitting them out.
Yeah, it ruined some people's tournaments. Didn't you play with somebody that ruined
mine before?
Yeah.
Ian.
Yeah.
He has nightmares of the gobbler. He hates Thanksgiving now. He can't eat turkey at Thanksgiving.
He triggers him. Freaking gobbler. All right, hole 17, par 4, 697 feet. You're actually up on an actual tee for a green, actual golf. And you're going downhill with OB to the left, and it really slopes. And it doesn't matter what you feel like the wind is. There's some weird swirling wind. You want to throw this at least 300 to 350 to give yourself a chance, and don't be early right.
And that's the gobbler.
And
he's heading straight towards the gobbler. Let's see. Oh, he hit early, and that's going to slice him back away from the gobbler.
That is a huge break. He can actually now give himself a chance for a 3. He would have never had a chance.
That's almost OB over there. You're literally conceding a stroke if you get back there. Nick looks like, what is that? Okay, that's a roller.
Oh, wow.
Good angle on it.
That's a great roller.
Ground is nice and hard. It keeps going. That's probably about 480, 500 feet.
Yeah, we saw that in person. That's probably one of the, you saw I just clapped there. That's one of the best drives I've ever seen on this hole, actually. That was wonderful.
Okay.
Looks like he's got a Hades in his hand. A Hades or a Zeus. That flew way too stable to be
This
Hades.
was another hole that the people who frequent the park, and that looks like, I don't think that one would be, but one of the tricky things about this green is all the overgrowth around the trees guarding the basket. But I think that they've cleaned it up, so it's going to be a little different this year. A lot easier to access that green than years past.
So look at Steven. He's still focused, and he still wants to finish strong. He's never gave up, and that's so important, man. Giving up does you nothing.
Yeah, I think he's just not following through on some of his drives. Sometimes I can make the hyzer out early happen, and I think he's going to have to give this a full send to get into the green. That's still every bit of 400 feet.
Yeah, he just threw a little hyzer out.
All right, this is a huge shot. This is probably 250, 275. Really tough to access this green. Have to throw a perfect flex shot or a straight shot, and that looks like it's going to be close. And it clips the tree, but that tree used to have all the overgrowth that the other ones did. That used to be almost no putt.
Yeah.
And there's our buddy there.
That dog.
We had like a 10-minute delay. We had a 10-minute delay because of the dogs on this hole.
Yeah, that dog absolutely loved Nick. Here's Sean. I guess so he was in bounds. Just left his hyzer a little bit wide.
And the dog's going after me.
Yeah, so this is Nick like 10 minutes later after this dog just would not leave him alone.
This is still a tough upshot. Yeah. And he pulls it a little bit right into the bunker. Not what you want right there.
I would have put money, 10-1 odds again that Nick would have parked that, but that dog, man. I mean, we're talking 10 minutes, that dog would not leave him alone.
Okay, so that's a good up from Steven. This is, words can't describe how big of a putt this is, because Bart has, I think, 25 feet.
Yeah, max.
Oh, it's not up yet, but yeah, I think Nick's going to be looking at a 45-foot jumper or spin putt.
Yeah, this is crazy how this all just turned around here. Well, here's Nick. Yeah, I'd say at least 35, 40.
The way 18's playing right now with the double Mando tree being down, that's not too difficult of a 3 anymore. And let's see what he's got. Oh, it's just a little low.
Yeah, that's brutal. That was such a beautiful drive and a perfect spot. Yeah, Bart's got close to circle's edge actually here.
Yeah.
It was a huge putt, but yet again, no pressure. And
wow.
He nailed it. He knew if he misses it, they get their 3s or 4s and move on, and he got to give it a full send. That was a good putt.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big putt. He's had a whole lot of those big putts down the stretch, and he's going to be in the driver's seat going into 18. The hole used to have a double mandatory. You'd make it through off the tee, but when we set the course up, there was no tree there to do the double on, so it's just basically max that tree right there on the right with the caution tape no longer there, so you're just trying to play out into the fairway. The tricky shot now is accessing the green.
Yeah.
It's always hard. It can slide into the cart path, or you can hit a branch going too high. So we'll see what they do.
This is not a hole that you're going to see probably like ever a 2, maybe once out of 100. So Bart's like, just get this disc out there and get up and down for his 3. That turned a little bit more than he wanted, but that's fine. He's probably got like, what, 100 into the green, 120?
This is desperation mode for Nick. He's just, he's feeling like he has to do anything to give himself a 2 look right here. And he's going roller.
Yeah, he's trying to throw a cut roller down. He just needed that to
Wow, if that kept holding that line, he might have been close to the green or on the green.
Yeah, that was a great attempt.
That'll still be a, I don't know, 60, 70 foot look. Maybe more like 75. I don't know.
Sean probably just thinking, just stay in bounds, crush as far as I can. He's got the wind locked up.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch Sean over the next couple of years. He's got a lot of potential. We already talked about that. And he can throw forehand, backhand. He can putt lights out. So we'll see what he does in the next couple of years. Clip the branch. This used to be such a nerve-wracking shot, and I just don't know what I'm going to do now with the design of this hole, because I always love courses that have a game changer on the last hole, something that doesn't feel routine and could be a stroke swinger.
Yeah, it was so nerve-wracking that, I've got pretty good distance, and I know I could get one probably within 50 or 60 for a putt that I would literally think about throwing forehand just to get through the gap. So here's Bart. I'd say about max 100. This should be a routine up and down.
Yeah.
Left it.
Looks pretty decent. I'll give him a look for the win.
Yep. Say he's 25 for the win.
And Nick has to go for this. I mean, the way Bart's putting right now, you just can't assume that he's going to miss this putt, because he is just lights out right now. See if he gives it a run. Oh, don't go. Okay, almost went OB. He got fortunate, did not go OB. Yeah, he gave it your best Popeye.
All right, here's Bartosz for the win. Say about 25 feet. Oh, just a little high.
Just a little high. Flipped off the top.
Yeah, he told me all he was thinking about on that putt was just do not be short. Give it a chance for the win. Maybe overthought it a little bit.
Good show from Steve at the Queen City Showdown. This is the Forza playoff. Hole 1.
Oh my god.
He got nubbed.
That's crazy. And it's unfortunate because he literally took his time, like we were talking about Sean
Your
Lucas.
face says it all in the background.
Yeah.
You can't believe it. He can't believe it.
I believe during that moment, you were talking about like we're setting up hole 1 for a playoff.
Yeah, we were thinking it was a playoff, hole 1, and they've both been great competitors. It's unfortunate that it came down to that. Great effort, great tournament, great final round. So close, such good effort. Wanted to thank Joe Jav, Daniel Nelson, Sean. Thanks for doing commentary.
Yeah, of course.
It's been a blast. Look forward to hitting up the Showdown next year.
Yeah, this was really awesome. During COVID-19, we didn't have any tournaments to play. They had banned them. And Daniel Nelson came up with a social distancing thing that helped us out a lot. And it actually kind of got my game tight for tournament season. So I appreciate him doing all that. And I appreciate Joe Javin, filming all this for us. And Mike Taylor again, man, putting this together for us for Amberley. That was really cool.
We'll be back stronger than ever next year, bro.
All right, man. That's all we got. Yep. We'll see you guys next time
congrats,
on Joe Jav.
Nick Long. Good job.
Yeah, congrats, Nick, man. That was awesome.
And Sean Lucas.